I'll be sharing my screen now for us to see. All right, please come. You can see my screen. So we've confirmed audio. Now we want to confirm video. If you can see my slide, please give me a thumbs up. Please confirm you can see my slide. No one is responding. Does that mean you can't see my slide? All right. Someone said it's blank. Oh, let me check. Let me try and share again. Is it good now? I need your timely feedback. Still blank. What is wrong? Hold on. Technology will not disgrace us. All right, please confirm if you can see my screen now. Uh, what is going on? What is going on? Okay, I'm resharing. Still showing blank from my end as well. Wow. Okay, give me some minutes. Give me some minutes. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Okay, please hold on. I'm going to try to reshare, and then I need you guys to let me know if you can see it. Does anybody have feedback? Can you see it from your screen? Wow, what is going on today? Okay, you know what? Let me try to download and see if I can share as a file. Please hold on. What's going on? Okay, while I'm trying to get the screen sorted for your view, can you let me know where you're joining from? Okay, while I'm waiting, can you let me know where you're joining from, your name and your location. It's still blank. Don't worry, I'm going to sort it out. We are 10 already on the call. Can you let me know where you're joining from? Your name and location, name and location, name and location. Can you all see my screen? Wonderful, you can see my screen. That's good news. Okay, we are 10 on the group. Can we do a reminder, especially people in the wisdom group? Especially people on the wisdom group. All right, we're 10. I will do a reminder. If you're in the wisdom group, you should be here. You should be here. You should be here. Like I said, soon I'm going to just make this wisdom class a closed group for people I can monitor. But this I'll let this month finish. We're going to end this open wisdom class this April, and then by May it's going to be a closed section, a closed class of individuals who are intentional with their personal growth and personal development. While we're waiting for others to join, if you have not shared your location, do well to let us know where you're joining from. Lagos, Nigeria, Ibadan, Abeokuta, London, America. Be on this call. Okay. We're still 10. We're still 10. We're still 10. Blessing, are you on this call? All right. I want to ensure that we have a good number before we start. Okay, Blessing, you're here. Please, can you do a reminder on all the groups? Most especially the Wisdom Class group. These numbers are very low. This should not be our numbers for Wisdom Class. Anyone who's not on this call from the School of Wisdom group, I will just take them out. This is why I want this class to be paid, so that I can, if you pay for it, you do it. And I can follow up. Camille, are you here? Larry, are you here? Glory, are you here? Chukwujeban, are you here? Precious, are you here? Insikak, okay, Insikak is here. We're still 9. We're still 9. Where's everybody? Where's everybody? Okay, if by 9:20 I would start. Today's session is going to be very practical because I want to teach something that I had to learn as a result of my deficiency in it. So this is something I'm very passionate about. I can't get tired of sharing this over and over again until I know that the person is already living the reality of the progress you're supposed to get after you learn this. So once it's 10:20, I would start and then we would continue. We have 1 more minute. Can we please remind, I'm more particular about people on the Wisdom group and also stewards of Envoys VI. And then I start. Okay, Tolu, you are not on the call. Okay, if you've not dropped your location, please do. Praise, have you done? So I can see gift from Lagos, Instagram from Lagos, Chris from Lagos, Praise from Lagos. Only 3 people have dropped their location. Every other person, please drop your location, drop your location. You should all be on this call. You should just be on this call. All right, so drop your location. Come here, drop your location. Bless Emmanuel, drop your location. Precious, drop your location. Let me know where you are joining from. It's 9:20 and we start officially. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Class. Wisdom Class is an offset of the School of Wisdom under Oracle Academy. And the focus and the desire to have this class is to equip people with the mental knowledge and practical steps to becoming better in their everyday life. On Sundays, as Christians, as believers, we are equipped spiritually to take the nations for God. However, if our minds are not prepared to receive and walk in alignment with what we prayed for, it's going to be a catastrophic result. Hence, there's a need for us to align the words of our mouth and the actions that we take. And that is why we are having this wisdom class. Jessica, I'm going to make you the class governor on the wisdom class group. Please, anyone who's not on the call tonight, let's just take them out. I want to be able to monitor and give close up time with everyone that's on this call. So thank you. Please drop it on the group and let them know that anyone doesn't join the call by 9:30 will be removed. We have how many Mondays do we have more? I think we have just 2 Mondays. Yes, we have 2 Mondays, after which the class will be. I even want to start. I want to start from next week because I myself have been under the tutelage of people who have paid for to be taught and mentored. And I follow through what has been taught because I paid for it. And even some classes that I did not pay for out of value and respect for the knowledge I gained, I put to practice what I've learned. I believe strongly in doing that. Okay, let's go into what we're learning today. Please get your pen, get your paper, get your biros, get your Google Docs, whatever it is you use to record this class. Please bring it out. Okay. So from last week, who remembers what we learned last week? I remember I taught some things about time management, and I said I was going to teach on techniques or strategies or principles or approach to maximizing your time. And the reason why I use time maximization instead of management is because I learned from I learned from one of my mentors as regards personal development, is Masmoro, and he said time management is a myth. He said because you cannot manage time, you can only do the use of time because time will not wait for you. You can't manage what you don't own. So you rather maximize time and not manage it. However, for easy understanding and assimilation, we still sometimes use time management because it is easier for people to understand that when we say time management, it means managing your time or making good use of your time. One of the things that affected me as a young professional was the fact that I did not know how to use my time. As a young person, then I wasn't even very active in ministry. I was just, being responsible to a very few number of people, just hosting weekly prayers, programs once in a while, was strictly virtual because I was growing on my own. Little did I know that God opening my eyes to time management strategy was as it was for a time like this. Because, like I said before, and I keep saying, one of the questions I get regularly is people asking me, how do I manage my time? I think I still got this question last week. Someone looked at me and said, how are you juggling work and ministry? You're actually taking a lead role. This evening, I had a call with my former head of department. I had a call with you. I had something she wanted to follow up with me on because I was helping her get something done. And she said, oh, how are you? How are you doing? Because she sent a text and had to call me. She saw I had not responded and she called. And I picked the call immediately. She said, how are you doing, man? Good evening, sir. I said, let me quickly call. She said, have you started fellowship or something so that I know? I said, no, not yet. And she said, do you have another session tonight? I said, yes. She said, when? I said, by now. She said something. Don't you sleep? I smiled. And I told her, And then she was asking me, but you're not in full time now. I said, yes, sir. But you're already acting or living like you're in full time. And I smiled. That's because she's also a minister. The reason why I said this story is because there are times when you do not know the level of assignment that is ahead of you. Every step that you take in the present is a preparation for your success story in the future or a failure in the present. Meaning that there are many of you on this call, you do not know the demand or the answers to the prayers in your future. Say, for example, and some of you who would become team leads or managers in the next month, there's some of you who your business will get better than it is now, and only proper management of your time, proper maximization of your and resources you own will help you remain stable at that point. There's one thing I want to tell you. I was on a podcast and I told somebody, I said, one of the hard things I've had to accept is it never gets easier. The workload does not reduce. You are the one that need to improve and grow to be able to manage more. If you truly desire to grow, if you truly desire to be better than what you are today, I'm going to tell you for free, it doesn't get easier. It will get better. What do I mean by easier? Tasks, even if you are leading people and people are reporting to you and you are just giving them tasks to do, and you are you're just supervising, it will still be a challenging task. So if you think growing in what you are doing and having people report to you, or because you are reporting to somebody now, and you're like, oh, when I'm a boss, it will be easier. At least I'll have more time. I'm sorry, it will not be like that. What you need to do is adjust and grow to what you need to become. It doesn't get easier. It will only get better. And one of the ways that you can ensure that your future is secured is you start preparing and building structure. There are some things you will hear me say a lot on this call, on this training, and it's important that you are able to realize that I've been saying it often because it will ring your subconscious. Structure is one of those things. Having structure will help you. So, for example, from Sunday after service, I already know that Monday, apart from work, I have wisdom class, and after I have wisdom class, I have a time to relax my head, relax myself before I get into the activities for the week. That's structure for me. And I take this it's very easy for me to say, you know what, there's no wisdom class this week, we'll have next week. But I'm also putting myself under strict scrutiny because if I can be good at what I'm doing now that there's less attention, we are 20 people on this call. A time will come when it will be 1,000, it will be 5,000 people. And by that time, there'll be more people demanding from me as compared to what we have now. If I don't build enough structure to be able to manage it, I'll feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to teach us, there's some time maximization strategies that look the same because the value or the purpose of the strategy is to achieve a certain purpose. While there are some of it that are very much apart. So as I'm going through the slides, I have like 7 to 8 strategies that I've read, that I've researched, and I've put all together. You can pick one, you can pick two, you can pick three, you can pick four, you can pick all. If you're like me, you can use some of these strategies for certain time, but there are some strategies that I always use. I'm not teaching this because I'm 100% good at this. I'm teaching this because I have seen this work in my life, and I believe strongly it will work in yours. I started working as a young boy, a young guy, not really knowing what it means to manage time and just doing things the way they come. And I know I didn't get results. But the moment the Lord opened my eyes to being intentional about the time I have, I started seeing results in my work and even in my work with God and in ministry. And I'm grateful to God that He helped me see this early in life. I did not know that one day I'll become a lead pastor, that I have to labor in the world to ensure that I teach the people the right thing and not just teaching philosophies or motivation. And they feel, oh, good pastor. And just one day, 2 days, they forget what has been taught because there's no spirit behind it. So I'm going to be very fast. I'm going to take this session in 10, 20 minutes and then we ask questions because I know a lot of us will ask questions. The first strategy for time maximization or time management is the Eisenhower metric. The Eisenhower metric. This I've been teaching these metrics for 2, 3 years now. I love it a lot. I believe strongly that this is the best time management metric or strategy. Personally, I believe it's the best. If not the best, at least it's top two. And what does it mean? It divides time management into four quadrants. Urgent, important, not urgent or important, urgent, not important, not urgent, and not important. I'm going to show us the image of it. It speaks to delegating tasks, eliminating tasks that need your direct attention, and it builds a strategic thinking and reduce you to be overwhelmed. Now, I want you to, if you agree with me, just put in chat section. There are some of us that always feel overwhelmed because we have so many things to do. And you genuinely think 24 hours in a day is not enough for you. If you think you are that kind of person, can I see in the chat section? You sometimes think 24 hours is not enough for you because you have so much to do almost every day. I want you to be honest. Put it in chat section. You think 24 hours is not enough. Aha. I see. Busayo says yes, Moses says yes, Insika says yes. Any other person, you sometimes think 24 hours is not enough. Praise says yes, faith says yes. Praise and faith. Wow. What a combination. Esther says yes. Okay. And this is a hard truth because there are days where you believe or you think or you, based on the experience, you see that 24 hours is not enough because you have so much to do. Now, one of the reasons why we have this experience is because we think that a lot of the tasks we have to do are urgent and they are important and they must be done. Sometimes there are some of us that are caught in between not falling into procrastination and doing everything in a single day. So sometimes you see something like this one, let me do it tomorrow. And you're like, I'm procrastinating. I don't want to procrastinate. I don't want to procrastinate. I must do it now. And then, alas, you will now become overwhelmed. This matrix or metric will help you to put tasks based on how they should be attended to. Now, I want you to write this down. How many of you are aware of this metrics or this metric? How many of you metric? How many of you are aware of this? You've used it before, or you've heard it before. Can you let me know in the chat section? How many of you? Anybody need to touch the surface and move on to other techniques? Please have seen it before. Ah, Mr. Ebe, aka Ebo Ebe, if you have not, I would be scared. I should be scared if you've not seen it, sir. Okay, Gift said my first time I've heard the word but doesn't check or seen its meaning. Okay, so it means I have to do a little in-depth explanation to it. Now, I want you to look at this, look at this metric. It's a plus metric. So on the left top side is urgent, not on the top side is urgent, not urgent, while on the left side is important, not important. So just look at this metric. You can actually type the Eisenhower decision metric on Google and you see different diagram, you see different strategies so that it explains to you better. Now, if a task is urgent and is important, you do it immediately. If a task is not urgent but is important, you schedule a time for it. That means you don't do it immediately you are given the task. You schedule a particular time to do it. Now, if a task is urgent, but it is not important, you delegate it. Who can do it for you? Can my colleague? Can my brother? Can I push it to my boss? Can I look for another colleague in the department to do it? If something is not urgent, is not important, you don't do it. You don't do it at all. You can politely say, if it's your peer, if it's a colleague, you say, I'm definitely not doing this. I don't have time to do this. If it's a senior colleague, maybe your team lead, your boss, or somebody in top level, and they are reaching out to you, you have to find a way to politely decline it. Now, when we are putting tasks into this matrix, you cannot respond or feel these tasks emotionally. You cannot do this emotionally. So say you like a particular boss or you like a colleague and they say, please, can you help me do this? Because you like them. And it's not something that is important. It's not important. And it's not urgent. Because you like the person, you should not say, oh, yeah, let me quickly help you do it. No, 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 no. Let me tell you something about being very, very deliberate about your time. A lot of times, we need to reduce our emotions when allocating tasks based on this metric. I have this principle that if you work in a place or you have a business, your customer or your direct boss are the first contact, is the first person that you try to please. And a lot of times you ask them, what do you need me to do today? That is a task you should put in this green or orange bracket. You hear from your boss. And that's because when you do the work you need to be done, when you do the work that your boss needs you to do, or when you do that task that your customer has asked you to do almost immediately, it gives them a sense of success and accomplishment and seriousness. So if you like a task, say you are a writer, or you are a designer, or you are, someone should give me, what do you do? Quickly. Let me quickly take an example and quickly allocate this. Someone should quickly tell me, what do you do? Quickly tell me, what do you do so I can put to context this metric? Okay, a labor scientist. Hey, a labor scientist. I don't know the intricate tax of an everyday tax of a labor scientist, so I may not be able to have a context to how to delegate this. You can give me an example, a scenario for you, and see if I can. So, a financial analyst, a teacher, a copywriter. Okay, say you are a financial analyst and you have a PPT to do, and that PPT is a presentation you are supposed to do tomorrow morning and to say today's Monday, but you prefer working with Excel, and then someone tells you this tax is a hell of a problem for me, and I need to submit to the HOD this evening. Can you help me? There's a temptation for you to want to do that Excel tax almost immediately. Why? Because it's something you love. And then you tell yourself, and Shebi, I'm presenting this PPT tomorrow, this PowerPoint. I can quickly do this other one, Jerry. Let me forget it. The danger there is you will help that person do what they need you to do. And because it's important, but it's not urgent, you were supposed to, it's important, but it's not urgent. You're supposed to have decided, oh, I'll do this at a later time after my PPT, but decided to do the Excel because you like working on Excel. The danger is you fall short of your presentation. And if you don't fall short, you will do that presentation overnight. And in the morning, you can feel agitated to present. Just a lot of things that we do are a result of our bad decisions. I had a presentation today, and although I already knew what was in the slide, I kept reading it over and over and over again because I know the time allocated to me was short. I could not explain every single. And the reason why I had to do that was to give my listeners a sense of understanding. Please confirm you can hear me. I don't know. I don't know the spirit that is that is working with MTN this evening. Can you hear me? Okay, great, 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 great. On behalf of MTN and myself, I apologize for the break in transmission. So I was using a business analyst as a case study for analyzing tax into different sheets. I know that some of you that will still ask me a lot of questions as regards how do I evaluate a tax that is urgent and important. My HOD says she want this. Why our group head say they want this? This person said they want this. Or you are in the office, you are dealing with personal work and you are dealing with office work. For example, there's an emergency in the home that needs your attention. There's also emergency in the office that needs your attention. How do I do this? Both of them are urgent. Both of them are important. One thing is for sure. There's always a room for prioritization. There's always a room for prioritization. There will always be one that is the most important and most urgent. So you put this tax into spaces. Somebody sent you a text, please, can you send me money? I'm stranded and blah, 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 blah. I'm not teaching something bad. If it will take you 2 minutes to send that money, you can do it. Say you're in a meeting and you can't press your phone because it's not polite, you can send a person a text, I'll respond to you in another 5-10 minutes. Then you focus on that meeting. And sometimes if someone says, I need this urgently, can you help me? It's something I learned. Give that person 2-3 minutes. If the person does not call, whatever they say is urgent is actually not urgent. I personally prefer texting compared to calls. But if something is urgent and important, I will call. So one of the ways to evaluate how important or how urgent a tax is when it comes to your personal life while you're in business, you're in your office, or you are in your shop or whatever it is you're doing, using that second level authentication that if this is important, this person will call me, will help you a lot. Everybody's work is always urgent, but your own work is more urgent than theirs. And anytime anybody is saying, please do this, they will always give you a sense of urgency. You know why? Because they need their own work to be done faster. If you do everybody's work immediately and you leave yours lying because you want to help others, I'm sorry, it's a very foolish decision that you've taken. It's better to get the job done than to be liked by your colleagues. It doesn't hold way. When your job is done, even your colleagues will respect you for it. So have this quadrant, and you can early in the morning, you sit down, you analyze all the tasks. This task is A, I have to do it. This one is B, this one is C, this one is D. The task, oh mommy, I may not even do it again. This you can print, Google this, print how did I work with this to start learning. I've learned this word so much that every time a task is given to me, in my head, I already quickly evaluate, is this urgent and important? Is this urgent but not important? It's not urgent, but it is important. It is not important, it is not urgent. I will not do it. If it's my oga that gave me, it's not important, it's not urgent. And I know I should not do it because it's a time waster. There is a practical way to push that. You can as well delegate it to say, sir, I'm currently working on, mention the urgent and important tasks that they need you to deliver on. I'm currently working on this, and this, and this. Please, can you give me a day or two to come back to you on this while I try to cover this? If someone says, okay, you can give me in 2 days, just know that is not important. It's not urgent. Push back a bit. That's one of the ways to use this model well. Push back. Push back. Why should I do this now? Is this a good value of my time? This is all about the Eisenhower's decision metric. You can use this often. Don't let me spend a lot of time because I know you see ask questions. But there are other techniques that may not be too cumbersome for you to comprehend, or that may be more direct and less use of your emotions in trying to interpret the task based on the technique for time maximization. It's a Pareto principle. I said this last week and I'm going to say it again. You have 100 things to do. There's always a 20 that are high value tasks. They are not just urgent, but they are high value tasks. When you do, and a lot of times these tasks are smaller compared to the others. It's just 20% of all your tasks. It's just 20. I will say this, please do not use emotions to interpret the importance and validity of tasks. Use the expected results and the implications of doing this task at a later time to evaluate how tasks should be done based on priority. Ask questions like, if I do not do this now, will it affect my productivity? Will it affect me as a person? Will it affect my department? What is the consequence of not doing this as at when this person said I should do it? Say, for example, somebody sent in a report, they sent a report to the department, and maybe your team lead says, okay, please read this and do a summary for me. It's not urgent, but it's important because your boss will need that summary, but it's not urgent. If the person says, do it now, do it now, do it now, send it by 2, sir, I'm currently working on this, working on this, working on this. And sometimes you may not be working on anything, but you want the boss to know that you are busy now. No, you should not do that. You are just shooting yourself in the foot. If a task was given to you, and as at that time you do not have any urgent and important tasks to do, but the work they gave you is important but it's not urgent, and you are saying, if it's not urgent and it's important, I can decide to do that at that time. If you have that time at that moment, please do it. But this principle is overemphasized. For example, let me give you how my day went. I had a lot to do today because it's Monday. I had a lot to do. And one of my roles in the department, because I have a Chinese lead, uh, is I there are team leaders that I also have to um, manage the tasks that we are all doing. So as much as I cover the go-to-market strategy of the department, I still double as the team lead for PR, and I have one person report to me on that PR. And then the other departments have team leads, and they have two, three, four. So every Monday, I need to get everyone seated together, including my own boss, and do a deliverables with everybody. Okay, so what is everyone working on? And I had to work on the template on Friday. And on Monday morning today, we needed to have that meeting to check our tax. But we had an external meeting with one of the royalties in Lagos State today. So I knew that that meeting was more important and more urgent than that follow-up meeting. So you know what happened? In the morning, I prepared for the meeting. The meeting was for 10. We left the office say around 9:45 or something. And when we came back, I knew that the next thing we were going to do was we were going to have to do that update meeting. But I knew that that physical meeting was more important, and I need to be prepared because I'm going out to see some external persons, and I'm like the image of the work that has been done, even though an agency was with us. So I needed to show that I was well prepared, because one of the things you must note in the workspace is every opportunity where you speak is an avenue for you to evaluate who they think you are. Somebody might think that you just know one or two people, that's why they employ you, and they are paying you the salary. He has leg, you know somebody that brought him. You need to show people that you qualify for what you are being paid for. Showmanship is one of the strategies in the workplace or even in business. Somebody refers somebody to you, you know that the person that referred them has done business with you and they're already a loyal customer. And because of that, you now fall short in giving them the best service. Never do that. Always show up. As much as a customer can get so familiar with you, never forget that one day that person can become a customer that does not buy from you again. Remember that there was a particular time you did not even know this person. They came once, and after they decided to buy from you, they've remained customers. The same thing that brought them can also take them away. So look at what's most important to you. When I was in the banking system, if my colleague said there must be three tasks. That is, if you do these three tasks and you don't do any other thing, nobody will question you. So most times, as a business owner or a career person, sit down and say, what is the most important three tasks I must do today? That if I don't do the other things, heaven will not fall down. What is the most important three tasks I must do? That's the Pareto principle. This is a 20% tax that's most important, that yields more results than the other 80. Find it, sit with it. There are sometimes one tax alone will take you 4 hours, and there are like six tasks that may take you 1 hour to finish. And you're like, let me finish these six tasks and come back to it. Nah, don't do that. I'm going to speak about one of the techniques regarding that as well. Because if you follow through what I'm teaching tonight, you see that some of these principles are intertwined. And when you have a question on one particular technique, there's another technique that answers your question. Another technique is get things done, declutter your mind, create mental space for clarity and creativity. For me, when I come home, I go to I noticed that my productivity outside of the office was reducing. Meaning that if I wanted to do anything personal and anything office related, I saw that I was getting things done more from that 9 to 5. Once it's past 5, once I get home, it's a struggle. Because if I'm not tired, if I want to read, I'll just get distracted. I noticed I was not becoming productive. In fact, there was a time that we postponed wisdom class because I was tired. And I was like, you know what? Let me just rest. And that is very unlike me. Very, very unlike me. I'd rather create time outside of my other times to rest and still show up for what needs to be done. Because some of you might say, hey, so, you need the rest, you need the rest, you need the rest. But deep down within you, somebody asks you one day that, do you know somebody that is very professional at what they do and very disciplined and blah, 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 that does not take me for granted, even if there's relationship, there's no level of over familiarity, you will remember me. Because even in times where you do not expect a lot from me, I put up that much. There's a lot about me because I'm in marketing. So I see myself as a brand. I see myself as a business. You always need to show up. You always need to show up. So what did I do? I invested. I told my wife, the second room, let's remove the bed there. I don't want to see that bed again. Let's use the second room as the study room. If you have visitors, blah 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 blah, they will not vex. By the time they enter the room and they see how it is, we'll put the bed on the ground, or they will sleep in the parlor, or we'll just make adjustment for them. Why? I needed to create a mental, I need to declutter my mind. Let me just use that word. So I had to get a table, get an external screen, and create a space like a mini workstation. Personally, I always like to do something, just do it once and for all. But I've learned start little by little and grow. So I had to get a monitor so that when I'm looking at it, I know I need to be serious. And I noticed that my productivity increased. I read before, I used to read hard copy books, but as I grew up, I'm beginning to like PDF and hard copy. I'm still in the middle, but I noticed on Saturday, I read almost half of a PDF book just because I created a space to clear my mind, to get things done. Sometimes when you get to the office, clear your table. Let me teach you a technique, even if you are sharing table with somebody. When your table is clear, your mind is clear. How many of you can relate? How many of you can relate? If you have a clear table, if you have a clear workspace, you just notice that your mind is calm. How many of you can relate? Moses, can you relate? Praise, you can relate. Aha, okay. You just feel no need to rush. Yes. What it does to you is it works on your subconscious and it tells you you can do this. You don't feel you have too many things to do under a short time. You just feel like my mind is clear. So capture your tasks in a trusted system. You can either write it in your book, write it in your Google Docs to do, clarify the next step, and organize tasks by context. So I'm doing this first. After I do this, I'll do this. After I do this, I'll do this. After I do this, I'll do this. You can use the this man's name has hooked my head now. You can use the Eisenhower's decision metric to work with this getting things done. Start with A, B, C. Put tasks in A, B, C, D. A is what I need to do urgently. That's urgent and important. B is urgent but not important. C is not urgent but important. D is not urgent, not important. So you put tasks in that mode. If I do this first, when you do it, tick it, done. Do the second one, done. Then you now have weekly reviews of your consistent progress. When you see that you are doing more, you'll be confident of yourself. When you see you are doing more, see, many of you are on your path to success, but you do not know. You know why? Because you are not looking back to determine how far you have gone. If you are climbing a ladder, one of the ways for you to know that you are truly going far is that as you look back, you see that you are farther from the ground. Sometimes some of us just climb the ladder without looking back. And if you are climbing, and looking at the sky, you are seeing the sky, the firmament, everything, and I'm wondering, I'm not even making progress. Let me even stop and rest. Many of us don't look back to see how far we've come. When you have a to-do, let me see. Okay, I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys something so that you know that this thing is possible. I want to show you guys something. I hope I don't scatter this setting. I want to show you guys something to motivate you guys and let you know that this thing is achievable. This thing I'm practicing it not because I'm good at it, but because I want to be better. Uh, I want to show us something. Let me just cover all my tasks. Okay. Okay. I'm going to share another screen. I'm going to share another screen now. I want you to see something. I want to show you something. This is a closed class, so I think I can share. What's going on with my mouse? Ah, I think I rather not share this because my system is acting up. Is acting up. Don't worry, I've gotten a new system to ensure my productivity is high. Okay, you know what? Let me just continue. It's not opening. Maybe at the end of the class, when I'm done, I can show you guys. But I wanted to just show you how organizing your tasks in context and weekly review will help you. It will show you that you are growing. My brother, my sister, you are growing. But if you do not check your progress, you will not know that you are growing. There are some of you, it used to take you an hour to do a report before, but now it's taking you 40 or 30 minutes. But you do not know because you do not document. And if you don't know, you will not be motivated to do more. And if you're not motivated, you are not confident. If you're not confident, you can't speak well. If you don't speak well, people don't know you do your job well. What did you do today? But you did 5 major tasks. But because you don't have them written that you can't quickly remember. You know, I was working somewhere before, and another teammate asked me, please, we need somebody from your team to join this cohort. Is she doing anything at the moment? And I was like, nah, she can join, guys. I'm not sure she's doing anything serious. She can join you. Did you know that she felt that direct report felt insulted? And she came to me when we had a one-on-one. She said that she was shocked that I said that she didn't have anything doing. And I was like, that's because at that moment I don't remember that you are doing any task that is hard. I thought you could join it. And she said, no, she mentioned this. And I said, but I don't know. Now I have a fault there. I must accept because I'm supposed to be able to even ask to confirm, can you do this? So that I do not throw my direct report on the boss. But at the same time, she did not inform me on the major important tasks that she's doing, that she needs my help. There are times when you give feedback to your boss, not because you really need their help, but so that they know what you are doing. And when they want to assign tasks, they would only give you very important tasks to do. Psychology is important in workspace. So GDT is another tool. Write all your tasks in a place, put them in a list of order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you are doing, you are ticking it. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And then check back again. You will now see that in the week, I finished up 30 tasks. I said I was going to do 35 things. I did 30. Amen. No. Next week, you notice you did 35 out of 35. You will now notice that you are asking your boss to give you more tasks than you are doing before. And it gives them a sense of joy that I have somebody that is doing well. If promotion comes, it will not be hard for them to think about you because they know you are doing it. Another technique is time blocking. I had a one-on-one with a colleague of mine this week, and I told him that I believe that this technique is what will help him. So he already does the GDT tax model. He will put all his tax on a sheet, but he's still falling short here and there. And I said, I think time blocking works for you. Why? Because for a lot of people, they complain he's not doing what he wants them to do, or they are not he's not doing what they want him to do. So I said, use time blocking on your calendar. Take control of your time intentionally. What does it mean? Block a time for deep work, admin, or breaks. Once it's 1:30, I'm going to have a quick nap. Reduce multitasking. This is one of the myths I did not know until that my former boss, who I told I had a call, we told me, say, Olumide, don't multitask. Do one thing at a time. I used to think multitasking will reduce your workload and it will help you to do a lot of things. But she told me multitasking will make you make more mistakes. Do one thing at a time. Do this one, finish it. Do another. When someone says, "Oh, I need this," tell them, "I'm working on this." You can do this now. Let me finish. It reduces your mistake. And context switching. Align daily actions with long-term goals. Say today, I want to call 5 customers. When will you call them? I'll call them by 3 p.m., 3 to 4. And you tell yourself, anything that want to happen, no, let rain or fire be falling in, I don't know, I want to say Kaduna, or let there be noise, say, hey, this is happening. But you see that 3 to 4, I will call the customers I say I want to call. 1 o'clock, I will go and eat. Today, I was saying, this bad character I had in the bank, I'm already bringing it here. That I will sit down, walk until like 4, 5. I'll not see that, I've not eaten, no. When I'm not driving back to the house, I'll not buy gala and cook. And when I get home, I'll not eat. Well, that was one of the ways that helped me to be fasting regularly while it's still in the workspace. Because I just get swamped with work. And when I'm driving back, I just pray going home. But it's not good for your health. Block your time. Someone says, "Can I see you?" What time? This time is that. No, I cannot. I had a training for 2:30 today. The meeting was also we had this morning with the one of the obas in Lagos of a community. I told them, please, what time is the meeting? Will confirm. I said, I have a training in the afternoon. We must have this meeting in the morning. If not, anytime close to the training, I will not be available for this meeting. And lo and behold, they said the meeting is in the morning. I said, good. That time for training was already blocked. I knew 30 minutes before that training, I must not do anything. So I had to go down, sit down in the training hall for another 30 minutes. Once it was my time, I stood up and I took my training. Time blocking. Just block your time for everything. Block your time for everything. And you see that you'll be able to achieve a lot. Now, some people are complaining, oh, you don't reply messages until later. I tell them, I'm sorry. That's because I use time blocking to reply messages. Because if you say you want to reply everybody, you will not get a lot of things done. By the way, if you are not productive, people will not reach out to you. It's the hard truth. If you say, I also learned this from my late pastor. He said there was a time where he used to reply people's WhatsApp messages a lot. He will answer them, cancel them. But he noticed that his time for prayer was reducing. And then the Holy Spirit told him one day, sure, it's because you have a fellowship with me. That's why people are reaching out to you. If you now allow them to take your time with me, if you are not effective, they'll stop messaging you. It's the hard truth. Block your time. The next technique is the Pomodoro technique. Work with reading. I mentioned this last week. I'm going to mention it again. If you are distracted a lot and you cannot do this time blocking almost immediately, use Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique, not Pomodoro. Pomodoro technique. What does it mean? 2015 burst time, focus sprints, and then do another 5 minutes break. You can do this in prayer yourself. You pray 30 minutes, you stop, you go and do all you need to do. You come back again, another 30 minutes. Pray, stop, you go and need to do what you need to do. Or maybe you pray 30 minutes, you do 1 hour, you pray 30 minutes, you want. As you continue like that, you notice that you have a higher cumulative time compared to when you want to say you want to start and do stretch with work. So do 25 or 30 minutes. Say 25, 30 minutes, no phone, just off your data, close your door. You can even put a timer. You are doing this, 25 minutes. When you are done, timer rings, you take 5 minutes break. You can stand up, walk. See, there are many people that if you look at them from your table, they don't look like they are doing anything, but they are doing work. During their own break, you see them, they stand up, argue with everybody, say lie, blah, 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 blah. Once it's 5 or 10 minutes, you don't notice, you don't see them again. They've gone to do their work. I don't know if you have any colleague like that. 5, 10 minutes, you see them, they will play, question everybody. All of a sudden, you don't see them again. Where this guy go? All of a sudden, you just see them on their laptop. in a meeting looking serious. When they are done, they stand up again. How far now? Blah, 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 blah. I don't, does anybody have any colleague like that? Focus time, boss focus time, 25, 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. I do this, I do this, I do this, no distraction, no distraction, no distraction. And then I relax, I play, I go back again. It promotes sustained concentration and prevents burnout. Because sometimes you are working on a report for 4 hours, 5 hours, your creativity can reduce and die. And you get so tired. If you use this technique, 30 minutes, you are doing something, you sit back 10 minutes. When time is over, you go back again. You smile, ask questions. Oh, but the Pomodoro technique work like a reading, short burst. It's also ideal for overcoming procrastination and mental fatigue. Say, I'll do this tomorrow. Okay, you do it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, do some of it for 30 minutes. And then when you're done, stop and do tomorrow. By the time you do the 30 minutes today, I tell you, okay, I'll do the rest tomorrow. You subconsciously, as you continue, it may not be a minute, but as you continue, you ask yourself, let me do another 30 minutes now. Before you know it, you are done. Before you know it, you are what? You're done. The next one is eat the frog. I cannot over explain this. I explained last week, I'll explain it again. Conquer the hard stuff first. Just like I said, the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, aligns with this. That there's a 20% action or activity that will give you 80% of your results. You see that 20%, a lot of it are tasks that you do not like to do, but it's the hard stuff. Do the hard things first. Do the hard things first. In another class, I may put more resource and more material in this because there are some videos online where I don't know how many of you have seen this video where two people are running to fill a crate of soft drink with bottles on a line, or maybe they are running to burst a balloon, or they run to pick something and put in a basket. How many of you, precious, have seen it? Every time you see that video, the person that starts at the farthest line always finish faster than the person that starts at the nearest line. If I see those videos, I will drop it on the School of Wisdom group chat. Once you do the hard things first, it's like magic. Every other task that may even take you 20 minutes, you notice that you do it at a shorter time. Identify the most challenging tasks. Tackle it first in the morning. It reduces stress and builds your confidence early in the day. There are times when I use this technique and I'm done in the morning, it looks like I've been working for long, and then I check, I see it's just 11 or 10. I said, time has not gone, no. That's because you focus on that thing you are doing. You now feel like you have enough time to do more. Eat the frog at every point in time. Do the difficult things first. Don't see, you can procrastinate the easy things. Decide to do it later. But you see the hard things, do it first. They are urgent and they are important. Do it first. And then now these are bonus laws. There's something called the Parkinson's law. The Parkinson's law in summary means time will expand to fill the work. If you do not block your time for a particular task, the time you allocate to do it, that task will fill it up. Say, for example, how many minutes do you think it will take you to write a reminder mail? Someone should answer. You have a task, you want to remind somebody. How many minutes do you think it will take you? Any person? I need feedback in the chat. How many minutes will it take you to do a mail to remind somebody, oh, hi, I'm following up on this, you have not sent this, you have not done this. How many minutes do you think it will take you to write that? Or maybe you have a customer that you want to follow up, they made an inquiry and you want to say, oh, when are you going to buy? You said you wanted to do this, blah, blah, blah. Some said 2 minutes, some said about 5 minutes, some said about 5 minutes. Worst case scenario, 5 minutes. Is be me on this call. Some says less than 2 minutes. Some says 9 minutes at most. Good. Did you know that if you do not allocate a certain time for that email, it can take you 3 hours to send that email. Has it happened to anybody before? Email that will take you just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes you've not sent it in 3 hours, and you're like, I've not sent this email. Oh. Has it happened to anybody before? Or you say you're going to send somebody a message, it will not take you 5 minutes, 2 minutes, send the text. But you notice you've not sent the text 1 hour, 2 hours. The copy is on the copy of the mail or the text is in your chat. It's just to press send. Parkinson law states that if you do not specify a time to do something, if you leave it open, that time that you leave open, that task will fill it up. A task that should ordinarily take you 30 minutes, if you do not tell yourself it's 30 minutes and you leave it open, it can take you 5 hours to finish it. That's the Parkinson law. That time will always expand to fill in the work. So set tighter deadlines. If you tell yourself, I'll do this today, I'll do this tomorrow, something that you can finish today, you would postpone tomorrow. If care is not taken, you postpone it to the end of the week. That's what the Parkinson law states. Time will always expand. There's some laws I learned. I think maybe next week we'll look at some of these laws that will help you. So Parkinson law, many other laws. But this Parkinson law states if you do not give a task a specific time, time will expand to fill it. If you tell yourself, I'll do this later, I'll do this later, you can literally send in how are you text that you say you do in the morning, you can elongate it and forget and do it later in the evening because you've not set a specific time for it. So Parkinson law helps to reduce perfectionism and procrastination. It creates urgency for faster results. So tell yourself, listen, I'm doing it. Sometimes if you use the GDT technique, that's get things done, and you put this task, I'll do it for 1 hour, this task 2 hours, this task 3 hours, this task 30 minutes, this task 10 minutes. If you follow through those timelines, you'll notice that you have more time. One of the reasons why it looks like we're overwhelmed is because of Parkinson's law, that we do not put specific time to tasks, we open it up. And when we open these tasks up, tasks will fill up that time. It will fill it up. That's the wonderful thing about the Parkinson's law. That time expands to fill the work. If you're not specific about the time, to keep going. And then let me give you two more and then we close. The other one is MIT's most important task. I think I've explained this earlier. Identify 1 to 3 top priorities for the day. This was the technique that my former colleague in the bank was telling me about. She was my team lead then. Identify 1 to 3 tasks in a day. Most important, do it. If you do not do the other things and you postpone to tomorrow, you will be surprised that nobody will disturb you because you have done the major tasks. Focus energy on what moves the needle. Build consistency and daily wins. You don't have to do everything in one day. Do what's most important. Permit me to say that Jesus could do everything, but he did what he was sent to do. He did what's most important, to die for us and rise on the third day. Jesus could have decided to do a wine turning to water campaign. Every city, every town, just turning water to wine because he can. He could have decided to heal, say, I want to start healing only leper. You heal leper for 40, 50 years. But he did what's most important. He came to die for us. In fact, he's so amazing that he lived just 33 years and he did what's most important. Until today, we are still remembering and celebrating what Jesus did for you and I. He did what's most important. Focus his energy on that. He could have decided to be showing people his powers. Gandu Gaga, Elelon, and showing his unused powers. But no. He did what's most important. And you too should learn from him. The greatest leader that ever stepped his foot on this earth. He did what's most important. He could have been multiplying bread and wine every day and open Jesus and Disciples Bakery. They don't even need raw material. They just need to buy one bread That's their seed funding from that boy. Just seed funding. And after that, hey, back to back, back to back. They just be multiplying bread and selling it and making profit. Jesus and disciples bakery. Nobody will ever beat their production. Do you know what that means? No, they don't need to buy raw material. They have the raw material. But no, he could have joined Jesus and disciples wine and liquor. He will just go to River Jordan and barricade the path, lay hands on it, and it turn to wine, and they'll just be gooping it. They will not pay money for raw materials, no processing, they will not buy machine, buy anything. Oh, we're drinking that wine today, but no, it did what's most important. There are many things to be done. But the question is, are you doing what's most important? Are you many charts, but are those charts important? Hey, I just want to check up on you. It's good. Thank you. Don't spend so much time on it. When you have important things to do, you can drop a message later or drop a voice note. Hi, sorry I didn't respond on time. I'm currently working on this. I really appreciate you for checking up on me. I know I did not check up well, but now you've beat me to it. How are you doing as a family? Let me know. You can send me a long text. I'll read and reply when I can. Life is not hard, though. I said you want to make it hard. Do what's most important. And finally, the 2 minutes rule is from the Get Things Done exercise. I said this earlier on. If it takes you less than 2 minutes to do it, just do it immediately. Don't postpone. Don't postpone. If it takes you less than 2 minutes, hi, I sent you an email. Can you reply if you're available or not? Don't say, okay, I'll reply when I'm done. Just check it. Will it take you 2 minutes? So, for example, this morning, my HOD sent me a message from another Chinese and said, hey, Olumide, please check this feedback and let me know if you understand so that we can tell the agency. While I was on my way to the office, I said, okay, I'll read it and let you know. When I got to the office, I was working on that meeting I told you I had. I was preparing, reading up and getting all the information I need. And she came in and said, Olumide, have you read the feedback? Have you sent it to the agency? And I said, oh, when I'm done with this, I'll send it. He said, no, now just check it. It will not, just check it and let me know if you understand and send to the agency, then you can do what you're doing. And honestly, it did not take me 2 minutes. At max, I think 3 minutes to understand his feedback and say, I know what he's saying now. Okay. And I replied immediately and I continue what I'm doing. That's tax. That's the tax that I genuinely said, when I'm done with this one, we'll do that one later. Because to me, it wasn't urgent. It was important, but it was not urgent. So I decided to postpone. But I forgot this 2 minutes rule as at this morning. That, oh, if it takes you less than 2 minutes, or worst case scenario, 5 minutes, just do it. Don't waste time. It prevents more tasks from clogging your list. That's why someone can ask you, I just said you should send me that picture now, and I'll send you by phone. Why? It will just save from your folder, upload on the chat, and press send. If it will take you 2 minutes, do it immediately. It will help you in decision making. Don't elongate it. Under 2 minutes, send this email. Under 2 minutes, do it. If you say I'll do it later, I bet you see that Parkinson's law, it will enter it, and you will waste time. What you should have done in 1 minute, you will do it in 1 hour. So if there's something you can do in 2 minutes, responding to somebody, you saw somebody's text and you said in your head, do you know sometimes you answer somebody in your head and 4 weeks later, you notice you did not press send or you did not reply. And then you'll be asking yourself, how come this person has not replied me? How come this person has not replied me? What has it happened to before? You saw someone's message, you replied them in your head. And then you notice that reply was actually in your head. Hey, you didn't press send. And you're like, Jesus is Lord. Aha. If it will take you 2 minutes, just do it. As I'm saying this now, just remember something. Everyone should be motivated by those doing well. It's a good question. Okay. If it will take you 2 minutes, just do it. Don't waste time. When people that work with you or customers that you have see your productivity level based on how you manage your time. They will love working with you. You will motivate them. Please. I hope you've written these points now and you've taken them to heart, because I bet you if you will do this, you will be successful and you will notice that you are doing more than you have done before. Don't compare yourself with other people. Somebody is doing one thing well and they are making noise. You don't know that five other things in their life are suffering. But because you're making noise on that one thing, you feel underwhelmed. Somebody is a content creator and they're always posting content. You don't know whether their head is suffering. You don't know whether their relationship, their family member is not good or whatever. And you think you're not doing well. Please, please. Contentment is a blessing that saves you from contemplation. Be contented. Follow these principles. Do it well. One thing about success, it may take time, but when it comes, it stays. Don't rush to look successful. Be successful. I hope with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that there are various productivity techniques that you can use to manage your time, get better, and be that person that your colleagues will envy and even want to be like. There's one person on this call, I had two people were talking about you. I will not mention your name. You are a lady, a young lady. Two people were mentioning, they told me, sir, let this person help you manage this. I said, why? We see how she's a student, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing this. And we asked ourselves, how is she managing to do all of this? People see what you are doing. And I know there are some of you that have heard people say, someone sent me a text one day, that this your pastor is trying, no, every day program, and he's still going to work. I said, wow. I said, people are seeing it. A time will come when you use routine. It just, as I am like this, on Wednesday, I know midweek service. Tuesday, I know Zion. Friday or Saturday, if I have a special program, the next thing is Sunday. I'm already preparing. Every spiritual activity I need to do. If I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm telling God, this one, that one. Sunday message like this already in my head. My eyes are already open. I'm sensitive because the Holy Spirit can use anything to teach me and show me what I should teach on Sunday. People are watching. Be productive. Maximize your time. God is not jealous. God is not unjust. The 24 hours He has given you is 24 hours He has given others. If you put these things to practice, you'll begin to see results. Thank you very much. On this note, I'd like to take your questions and then we'll take the wrap so that we can close early. Any questions? Any feedback? Any feedback can also be what you've learned from the session or how it has blessed you. If you like to join the School of Wisdom group, like I said, send a DM to Insikak. Insikak is on the call. Just ask her for a number, a direct number, and she would add you to the group. By the way, if you are not, like I said, Insikak, please, anyone on the Wisdom group that did not join tonight, just remove them. It's no need. It's no need. It's not in the number, it's in the effectiveness. By the time the next number of people are effective and productive, and others see, they will want to ask, how or where did you learn it from? No questions, no feedback. No questions, no feedback. If no questions, we would bring it to a close. Or I believe somebody is trying to type. Okay, someone says, can we use 3 to 4 techniques at the same time? Definitely. Yes, you can. Let me show you the ones I use almost every day. So that, you see these 2 minutes, I use it regularly. I use these 2 minutes. This most important task, I use this just like the 80% principle tool. I ask myself, what are the top 3 things I must do today that will show that I've succeeded, will show that I've earned my urgent 2K for the day, based on the feedback my team leader has given me, my boss, and based on what the team needs to do to be productive and effective, I use this most important task. This most important task falls under that law for me. So you see this Parkinson's law, I use it once in a while. That's because I have a lot of tasks that I do. And once I do the first three and I succeed, I'll now sit down and say, okay, what are the other things I need to do today? So this Parkinson's law is, I don't use it as often as I should. I'm very honest. This is if I do it well. That top three are always the most difficult things. I've tried to do it. Pomodoro technique, I use this after I'm done with the top three. Once I do that top three, I now already settle down. I'll do 30 minutes. I will not be able to reply messages, go back to work again, reply messages. So I use this time blocking. I used to use this before very well. Now I really use this technique except for personal work. So for example, on Friday, I tell myself from 10 to 3 or 4, I will read and study. For example, this weekend I just passed, I had a session with some great people on two separate things. I had to teach something spiritual and teach something on relationship. So I blocked my Friday. From Friday, when I go home, I think I did from like 11, 12 to like 4 a.m. reading, preparing my notes, researching, and all of that. So I had to block that time. So I had to prepare for Saturday because I had two messages I preached on Saturday and also on Sunday. And it's funny how even after I was working that Sunday morning, inspiration was still coming. Inspiration was still coming. As it was coming, I was taking notes. I was taking notes. So yes, you can use a lot of the techniques work hand in hand. But I would advise, if you've not used any of them before, you can start with one or two. Say this one, two, I must get it well. And I believe that this Isinova's decision technique will help you a lot if you are starting for the first time. Someone says, I make use of the Pomodoro technique while studying in school, and it helps a lot. Never knew it was a thing. Thank you, sir. Oh, yes. You see, let me tell you something. There are times when we learn some of these techniques from people's life, and we learn these techniques from our study. Some of these techniques, somebody just noticed it and put his name to it and posted it as his principle. One day you see my name, Olumide's technique. Olumide, young Nigerian postulates time management metrics for young people, blah, 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 blah. I will do a report on it. And then you see, one day you Google my name, you see my technique there. By the time I see, oh, what works best for me? Now, somebody said she has been using that Pomodoro technique and she don't even know that is a thing. You notice that if I read 30 minutes, if I go back, my brain is not feeling tired. This thing works so, and you continue doing it until you know that there's a name to it. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. And I'm sure there are many more people on this call. There's some of these techniques you already do. You don't even know that it's a technique. You do not even know that there's a name to it. So you were not intentional about it. Any other question? Any other question? And instead of no questions, I think it is good for us. So we spent extra 5 minutes. We're supposed to end by 10:30. Thank you everyone for joining. Like I said, if you want to join the class, please send a DM to Insikak with your number. I'm going to make her admin now so she can add you going forward. Thank you very much for joining. Do well to let me know how this session has blessed you on the group chat, or let me know what you've learned on the group chat. I want to post your comments on my status so that other people would know what they are missing. So put your comments in the group chat. Let me know what you learned. Let me know how this session has been a blessing to you. Like I said, next week we are going to look at some laws There's some laws that relates to life and principles. If you put them to work, you would start seeing results. Like I said, soon and very soon. I may even start from next week. This class will not be open to everybody so that I can monitor everybody's progress. Thank you very much for joining. Good night.